the main things we're dealing with today is DQ University, which is one of the only off-reservation tribal colleges, to make sure that it's supported by multi-million-dollar tribal gaming interests. That is what we're asking. And to bring up that issue and to ground us in the history is Lee Brightman, Lakota Creek, and President of United Native Americans. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you. You know, I've never come out. I've been involved in Indian affairs for 30 years. I formed the first militant Indian organization in the United States called United Native Americans in 1968. We were involved in takeover of Alcatraz, Wounded Knee, a couple walks across country. I told a group one time, we took over Mount Rushmore. I was involved in many things. And I started the Indian Studies program at the University of California at Berkeley in 1969, which was the first in the country. They now spread all over. I graduated from Berkeley. I did all the work for my master's degree and my doctor's degree there. I got my BA degree from Oklahoma State. I played football and ran in track for them. But I got involved in Indian affairs in '68 out here when I formed my Indian organization, United Native Americans. It was the first. AIM came a little bit later, the American Indian Movement. But I've been involved for many years, and they asked me if I would teach at DQ University. And I said, well, how much are you going to pay? And they said, well, we can't pay you much. And I said, well, I tell you what, they told me most of the students there were going to be coming from reservations and what have you, and they didn't have much money. And I said, I'll teach for nothing. You just pay my gas bill. So they said, I tell you what, we'll give you $400 a month. And I said, okay, I'll take it. I taught there for 30 years. At the end of 30 years, I was still making $300 a month, in that range. But the thing about it is, DQ University is the only off-reservation Indian community college in America. There are about 30 other colleges, all on reservations and supported by the tribes in which they reside. DQU is different. It's historical. It's the only off-reservation Indian community college in America, and most of the students, about 95%, are California Indians, which means California tribes, especially these gaming tribes, should be supporting them.
Amen.
They make tons and tons of money. They're making billions of dollars. They spend tens of millions of dollars on these congressmen and senators, getting them to vote to get more gaming going, more slot machines. We've got the best congressmen and senators money can buy in this state, and they've all been bought off by the damn gaming tribes. They have given them all this money, and they let them go. But they tell you they're giving all this money to the fire department, the police departments, and all the wonderful things they're doing with this money they get the gaming tribes. And then we find out that they won't give one nickel to this little Indian community college, DQU. That set me off. You know, the thing about DQU is most of the students who go there couldn't go to a regular 4-year or 2-year college because they didn't have the grade point. They didn't have the money, and they didn't have transportation. So DQU was like a last resort. It's like a lifebuoy in an ocean. It's the only school where they could get into since they didn't have the grade point or the money. And they went in there, some of them, and they graduated and went on to 4-year colleges and became doctors, lawyers, engineers. But it was a life raft for them. And I was proud to say I worked there for 30 years. And now we ask for money from the gaming tribes who are taking these billions of dollars, and these greedy people will not give a nickel. I just cannot believe. Evidently, the more money you make, the less Indian you become. Because these California Indians have turned into a bunch of greedy, a bunch of Scrooges. We had Scrooge, you know, the white Scrooge who was interviewed at Christmas and wouldn't give money. Well, we've got these Indian tribes who turned into a bunch of Scrooges. Thank you very much.